Hello. Can you hear me? So, good evening to all of you. So, welcome to Ayushoveda. We are basically starting off with you know, the live regarding the session. Today, we are going to talk about. Let me start the size. Today, we are going to talk about skin health. Okay, ask me anything. Weekly sessions. We are having this every Tuesday, 9 p.m. IST. Okay, we'll pick a topic. A lot of topics, a lot of recommendations have come. So we'll pick a topic, talk about that in brief, about the way Ayurveda looks at it, and then I'll take questions. Okay, so today it is on skin disorders and Ayurveda. How Ayurveda looks at skin and and how do you understand skin disorders and the basic management of skin issues. So let's start with that. Okay, so today it's about skin disorders and the management through Ayurveda. Okay, so welcome to this live session. Skin. Okay, so all of you know that skin is the largest tissue in the body, and it is also a multi-layered tissue. It's not just the one thing you see, it has got layers. And according to Ayurveda, it has got 7 layers. And we also have got the 7 dhatus, we call, are the tissues which hold the body together. So each and every layer is attributed to the separate tissues in the body. Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asthi, Majja, Shukra, the 7 tissues, and each and every layer of the skin has also been attributed to these 7 tissues. Okay, so it is basically a multi-layered tissue which covers the whole body and gives us this shape. If we don't have the proper skin, you'll see everything falls off. So the skin is very important to hold things together. Okay, so it is an upadhatu. Dhatu is basically a tissue, and we consider skin to be a sub tissue of the mamsa or the muscle. So when the muscle is properly toned and formed, you start seeing that the skin also is properly toned and formed. So the nourishment what the skin gets is basically from the muscle is what is according to Ayurveda. Okay, so your muscle tone is very important for you to get very, very good skin. Okay, and then what? It is tridoshik. So you have got all the tridoshas in the skin. See, tridoshas are there everywhere. So and likewise, even the skin, you have got all the 3 doshas, and we'll see how they are. Okay, so the feeling of touch on the skin, any sensation, touch is basically because of vata. Okay, pain also, when you touch, when you get the pain, that is because of vata. And the luster of the glow, what you see, the light which you see from the skin, radiating from the skin, is because of the pitta. And the nourishment, the health basically of the skin is because of kapha. So skin is tridoshik. First of all, you have to understand that Everything in this world is tridosha, and it is only because of that, predominance we see things differently. So skin is basically tridoshic. Okay. And skin disorders have been classified as basically, according to the severity, they have been classified as Kshudra Kushta and Maha Kushta. Kshudra Kushta are the small things which you see, small infections, maybe fungal infection, that small things which you see are called Kshudra, and Maha Kushtas are the one which are very deep, and we find it very difficult to cure. So they have been classified. And also Sthana, as per the position, they have been classified as localized, okay, and as full body. Okay, so these are the basic classifications of skin disorders. And then when we get into the, what you call, the dosha predominance of any skin issues, when there is predominantly vata, any skin issue might give you pain. It can also be, you can see flakiness from the skin. Okay. And pitta, okay, when you will see redness, you can also feel the burning sensation sometimes on the skin. That is because of pitta. And if you see, color wise, if you see a dark color like blackish ash color, it is because of vata. And if you see pale color, it is because of kapha. And all other colors, like if you see a bluish color, or if you see a red color, or yellowish color, different color is because of pitta. And kapha is if you have got itchiness or you have got oozing, it is because of the predominance of kapha. Okay. Now slowly we are getting into how to manage this. Okay. So so this is clear. So it is tridoshic. You have when vata dominates, you see pain or flakiness, and when pitta dominates, you see redness and burning, and kapha you see itchiness and oozing. Other symptoms are also there. Okay, but the predominant dosha is pitta with rakta involvement. Okay, because of the skin. Okay, now let us get into how to manage this. Okay, management, there are two ways in which you manage it. One is shamana and one is shodhana. Shamana is basically if the disease is not very severe, shamana is just pacified. And shodhana is if the disease is very chronic and is there for a long time, you don't find solutions for it. That is where we do the cleansing process. This is very important in skin disorders. Okay, so how do you, when there is too much of kapha, we make the person vomit. When there is too much of pitta, we make the person purgate, in the sense we induce loose motions. And in vata, it is vasti. Okay, since it is a pitta or a rakta disorder, the focus more is on purgation. This is one key thing about most of the skin diseases. Consistently, the person has to undergo purgation, or we give medicines to induce loose motions. Okay. Now, external application, it's very popular, very important to do external applications. But one thing you have to understand, that external application should not be done when it is very severe. That means, as I said, there are 7 layers. When it is very chronic, it is, it goes into the 7th layer and gets tougher and tougher. But when something is in the top tissue and you start applying something on top of it to cure it, you remove it from the top, we feel that it starts getting more and more chronic. So the thing is that you have to cure it from within, bring it to the superficial thing, and then remove it by external applications. Okay, so these are basically the few points as to how we handle what is called skin issues. Now, I can start taking your questions. Okay, now let me see the first question. Okay, I'm having a black spot over the forehead area. Please guide me with a solution below. Okay, so black spot, as I said just before, black discoloration is because of vata. Okay, when you have that got black discoloration, it could also be that your sleep is not proper, your food is not proper, and one very important thing, the causative factor for most skin issues is because of, we call viruddha ahara, or food which is incompatible. If you start consuming food which is incompatible for a longer period of time, consistently for a longer period of time, you have got all chances of getting skin issues. So black spots on the forehead area it's very predominant, and normally we say that if there is black discoloration, the liver is something which has to be taken care of. Okay, forehead black discoloration. For such conditions, it is very good that to see that if your motions are clear, purgation is very important. Okay, you have to do that purgation there. Okay, next question. Will regular oil massage and ghee consumption remove fine lines and uneven skin tone? Okay, ghee, as we said, skin disorders is basically a pitta roga. When it is all over the body, we see, because blood is the one which is all over the body, and skin is there all over the body. So when blood gets affected, when it's all over the body, we say the blood is affected, and blood is directly related to pitta, and that dravya which actually manages pitta, reduces pitta, is ghee. Ghee is a very, very good substance for any skin issue. We give usually medicated ghees like Tiktaka, Grita, Maha Tiktaka. A lot of medicated ghee are given to manage skin issues. Okay, so uneven skin tone is something, it also depends upon your lifestyle. If you're somebody who doesn't sleep well at night, or somebody who's getting too much exposed to sunlight or dust or any other thing, pollen or something, you can develop uneven skin tone. So regular oil massage is something which is very good for the skin, for the strength of the skin. Yes, you can actually do regular oil massage. Oil massage has to be done on a daily basis. And ghee consumption, it will not, see what happens when you apply oil on the head. Oil slowly, over a period, it slowly seeps down. And people who have got wrinkles, who have got a chance of developing wrinkles, after you develop wrinkles, it becomes even tough. But if you've got the habit of taking ghee internally and applying oil regularly, the wrinkles which come to your skin can be delayed to a large extent. Okay. Okay. Next question. Your take on sunscreen. Is there a substitute in Ayurveda to protect our skin from harsh sun? See, harsh sun is something. See, let me put theoretically what Ayurveda has told about harsh sun. Harsh sun is usually in summers. Okay. So in summers, it's very clearly told Vyayamas arkas tyajet. That means avoid exercise and exposure to sun, exposure to harsh sun. So exposure to harsh sun is something which you have to avoid. But in case you are actually going out in the sun, you have to do job and go out in the sun. Yeah, sunscreen is not something which has been mentioned as sunscreen, but there are a lot of preparations like Shata Dhauta Ghritam. Again, it is a ghee. Shata Dhauta Ghritam means 100 times washed ghee. You put in water, you wash it, remove the water. So what happens with it is the property of water which is cooling actually enters the ghee. Okay, so that the ghee that's used for external application is one of the best things. It's the best substitute for the modern sunscreen lotion. But I would still say as much as possible, don't get exposed to that harsh sunlight. Okay. Next question. Why does the skin on the face and neck and hands more prone to losing its plumpness and getting open pores compared to other parts of the body? Okay. Other parts of the body, especially hands and legs, this part is pretty soft. The reason, and men who normally have got beard and who start shaving, the skin starts getting thicker and you very rarely find open pores here. But the neck is very important, and the person who's slightly on the plumper side will have a chance of getting openings and oozing more. Okay, so I would say that the best thing for you to do is, and when you have got oozing and itching and all those things, it is mainly because of kapha. And according to the kapha, the place of kapha, if you draw an imaginary line between the heart and the umbilicus, above the heart is kapha. Okay, Between the umbilicus and the heart is pitta, and below the umbilicus is vata sthana. So it all depends upon where the issue is. When the issue is here in the neck side, we should understand that predominantly it's got a little bit of kapha. So it's very important for you to do regular exercise and consume medicines and all those things to reduce kapha. This part of the body is slightly softer because it's more of kapha. Okay. Any Ayurvedic remedy to get rid of pigmentation? I suppose pigmentation on the face. Yeah. Yes, you can. And when it depending upon the severity, if as pigmentation is basically deposit too much of melanin there, and the more you get exposed to sun, you see that the pigment gets darker and darker. Okay, so in such conditions, yes, you have to consume internal medicine. External applications are also there. I was just telling about Shatadhauta Gridam, Kunkumati Lepam, and other things are also important. Kunkumati Tailam is very important, the oil, and that can be used in different ways. We use it for external application. We also use it for to pour inside the nose, which actually increases the glow of the face. This is something, if it is extreme allergy, then we have to manage it in a different way. But it is more, when you see the pigmentation, it is more external. So external therapies are more effective, even though internal therapies you have to. External therapies are more effective in pigmentation. Next question: Is dandruff due to dandruff? Oh, dandruff is definitely due to dandruff. Dandruff is basically the skin in the scalp. It starts breaking, and you see it falling down. So many times what happens is it could also be because of the dryness of the scalp, and also it can be also because of some infections, mild infections. So this can definitely be handled by external applications, Anirudh. So that's not at all a problem. But your question, I basically couldn't understand, is dandruff due to dandruff? Okay. So is the skin on the scalp different from the face? Does the skin change according to the body part? Slight variations are definitely going to be there. Skin on the scalp is different from the face. Yes, it is, even though it is a continuation. Scalp is slightly different, Scalp is attached to the subcutaneous. It's attached basically to the skull, and it bleeds so fast. And even the face also bleeds pretty fast. The scalp on the skin actually has got a lot of the density of hair pores are more, and because of hair pores you also have got the sebum gland over there, and lot of oil gets excreted at the same time, or but it gives out a lot of sebum. So skin of the scalp is definitely different. Skin in different parts of the body, even though the skin, they have got different natures. What does pigmentation on the sides of the face indicate? Now, pigmentations on the side of the face basically indicate actually one thing, lot of stress. Okay, lot of stress. And as people age, especially people who are fair to, I would say Indian brown color, you see that more. In people who have got dark toned skin, you don't see that too much. Okay, just like we say, the liver is not good when we see black discoloration. It is not, basically those are not patches. So on the face, when you start seeing patches, we say that the blood can be slightly more pure. He or she is consuming too much of food which increase pitta, might be spicy food or salty food. That's something which you have to avoid. Question, Anirudh. Yes, 100 times washed. Shata dhauta ghritam is 100 times washed. Okay. So how to deal with back acne? Acne on the back is what I suppose you mean to, right? Yeah. Food is one thing here. Physical exercise is one thing which you have to do regularly. And many a times, if you have got dandruff on your head, you always have a chance of having uh, pimple like or irritations and all those things on the back of the neck all the way to the lower part. Okay, and pimples on the back is basically because your body is producing a lot of sebum, and the back is not, the skin in the back is not as thick and not as exposed as the hands and probably the legs. That's the reason why sometimes people get boils also in the lower back, in the butt area, or the inside part of the thighs, because that is not getting exposed and it is not tight. The more and more you start doing exercises, the kapha in the body goes down, and that is one way in which you can handle black acne. And external application does work, but getting your blood purified by something like manjishtari kashayam and all those things will also help you. Okay, your motions should be very, very, very clear if you have to handle acne, be it on the face or on the back. Does emotions like anger impact the skin? Emotions, any emotion will impact all parts of the body, and especially when you are anxious, tense, and all those things, you notice that you will start developing black circle. Black circle is a direct thing of you being stressed, and if you're stressed, sometimes what happens, you are devoid of sleep, and that actually leads to a lot of things. Yes, emotions like anger, hatred, lot of things, they impact the skin. And when you, the more and more angry you get, you start to notice that more and more your body starts getting dry. It's not worth. Anirudh. Lemon is used for detanning commonly. I don't think there is any side effect, but you should understand it is the acid which, see, lemon contains citric acid. It is the acid you are using to clean it, but don't overuse it. Okay, it is not supposed to be used in excess. And honey, yes, you can use honey. See, it doesn't have to, see, as I said, when you add a little bit of lemon, people also add baking soda or something like that. When something is acidic, it actually removes the top part of the skin. You feel like you have detanned it when the top layer actually gets. On the longer run, I would say using lime or honey is not good, but because they are natural products, they can be better. But don't use too many harsh chemicals to remove tan. You just relax a little bit. The one thing which you can use is always a cream of milk. Cream of milk is a very good tan remover. Some people also use curd. Okay. Nowadays, there are so many recommendations of collagen supplements and glutathione to improve the skin tone and pigment, which is what your take on. Yeah, supplementation is something which I'm not a big fan of any supplement, in the sense, I'll tell you, all these things which naturally occur to the body are things which the body has to make it by itself, from the food, right kind of food which you eat. Just because you supplement it by collagens or something, it gives you a temporary boost, but on the longer run it does not sustain. If it comes from natural sources like your food, it's actually good for you. Okay, that's my take on it. So supplements, even even other supplements like vitamin A, B, C, whatever supplement, if you are extremely low on vitamins, I would say, okay, TK, go ahead and have a few vitamins to bring it up. But don't be dependent on supplements, on minerals, or things on a regular basis. It does not serve the purpose. The body has to basically make that, or produce that from the food which it consumes, or from the sunlight and all those things. So don't be too dependent on any supplements. I'm stressed most of the times, and I used to be light skinned. Now it seems impossible to get back my natural color no matter what I try. Yes, I would say, many a times if you look, you are stressed for things where you don't have any control. Somebody would have told you something, somebody would be thinking something about you, you don't have any control about what that person thinks about you or what he talks to you. Okay, there is no point getting stressed because you don't have any control over that. So I would say adopt a little bit of meditation and try to get into a lot of, and food wise, try to get into a lot of sattvic food which do not increase the metabolism too much, and just relax. I mean, why do certain parts of scalp and face generate more gray hair? Yeah. See, graying of hair is something because of, we see it's because of too much of pitta. And even hair fall is because of too much of pitta. So what happens is because of pitta is basically heat in the body or metabolism. The hair root actually goes through its life cycle faster. Okay, and it falls off or it becomes gray. So when a person has got a tendency to, and many a times gray hair is hereditary. Okay, you can see mine also. Okay, my father by the age of 40 he was completely white. Okay, so because I came to Ayurveda, I understood that I am also that kind of prakriti, and my prakriti I cannot change. So I then made that necessary changes and saw that I don't indulge in activities and food which increase vata and pitta too much. So I don't, as much as possible, I don't stay awake at night after 10 or so. Okay, and I don't consume anything which can increase the heat of the body. Okay, like spicy food or too much of sour food or salt food. And then I'm slightly careful and I keep myself hydrated. I don't overdo that. Okay, and it is quite normal that as you come down, you probably the lower part of the head and all those things will take a more time to gray. Okay, even though the head is the as I said above the uh, heart is kapha, even this area is kapha, but still when there is predominance of too much of pitta, what happens is your eyesight starts getting bad, it starts getting affected. Okay, and your hair also starts graying. So it's very important to keep that pitta and vata extremely low, or should manage that. And your kapha is something which should not go up very high. If it goes up very high, what happens is it gets congested, or it goes very low also, you don't get the hair roots don't get nutrition. So the balancing is very important. Is there any remedy to get rid of tanned skin? No, tanned skin is something, it is the body's natural reaction to excessive sunlight. Okay, I don't think you have to think too much of getting that. You just take a break from excessive sunlight for what might be about a week or 10 days. You'll see the normal color coming back. What you can do is you can also apply, I was just telling you can apply the cream milk. You boil it for some time, you take the cream from top of it and you can apply it. It is a very good thing to detan you. Remedy for dark circle, yes, I would say catch up with some very, 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 very good sleep, Amy. Okay, sleep really well, and I'm telling you, within 15 days, you'll start seeing the difference. To apply, yes, you can apply Kumkumadi Thailam, or then don't overwash your face with soap or water. Yes, you can just splash it, but see, some people have got this habit of just keeping on washing their face. The moment they go out and come, they wash it soap. They wash with soap, and they make the skin so dry, and dry skin is something which does not help. Okay, so here, dark circle, rest is the most important thing, and try to manage your stress also. Stay relaxed, a little bit of meditation, go to bed early, sleep really well, Amy. Chemical serums, absolutely. I don't recommend any of those chemicals anyway. Even if you look at lipsticks which people use, foundations which people use for makeup, it need not be only women. People who go up on stage or who are in the acting profession, they apply all those foundation, all those creams, lipsticks and all those things. Most of those things have got chemicals, and you once in a while you use it, you do it, it's not a problem. But as I said, everything is cumulative. Okay, recently you saw that study where a woman had kidney issues because she was doing keratin hair straightening. everything gets absorbed. People who use dyes on their head, scalp got so much of blood supply that it absorbs a lot of things. So once you do it, once in a while you do it, the body will be able to manage it. But as I said, you keep on doing things consistently, it becomes really, really bad. You are going out on a tour, might be through 2-3 days, once in a year or once twice a year, you're going out on a tour and you don't want to get tan, you apply tan lotion. I don't say it's good, but your body will be able to manage it. But anything which you keep on using, even nail polish, nail polish chemicals, a lot of chemicals are there, and it absorbs. So anything which you keep on using for a longer period of time, I don't recommend that. Yeah, if one has normal skin type during the early and middle age teenage and the skin turned oily during their late teenage, does this mean that there has been an increase in kapha dosha in the individual? Okay, it's the second part. Does that mean there's an increase in kapha dosha? Okay, so if you look at the prakriti of a person, let me start with that. A prakriti of a person is decided at the time of conception. Okay, and it doesn't change till death. We'll put that aside. So after the period of time, if the skin starts changing, that is because you have probably your lifestyle has changed. Okay, the kind of food you eat would have changed. Probably you might be consuming more of sweet food. You might be not getting exposed to anything hot. Might be the hot sun. You might be mostly in AC rooms. You might not be doing too much of physical activities. If you do that, the kapha will go up, and once the kapha goes up, you'll slowly start putting on a little bit of weight, and you might be consuming too much of cheese or paneer or things which will increase the kapha, and that might be slowly coming out from the skin, and your skin will slowly start getting, it'll start getting oily, and that's all. See, otherwise, your prakriti cannot change. A normal skin type, you thought it was a normal skin type because you were very active and you failed to notice it. The prakriti will not change, but activities, if your activities change, your food and your lifestyle change, then it will have an impact on the skin. Okay. Does consumption of milk can be one of the reasons to have dandruff in scalp? Not exactly, because milk has been an integral part of most people who are from India, and it's not that everybody's got dandruff. Dandruff could be because of a lot of other things also. Stress is one thing which will lead to dandruff, and one major thing which can lead to dandruff is also your gut issue, your indigestion. And if you have got too much of acidity and it coming up, your body starts becoming extremely dry, dry throat, you see dry eyes, all those things. If you have got dry throat and if your metabolism is very high, people who habitually don't sleep early have got very high metabolism, and the pitta goes up, and you'll have everything dried up, dry throat, you feel like drinking a lot of water. So just imagine when the heat is hitting like that, your scalp also goes dry, and you don't have a natural habit of applying oil on the scalp. Okay, and the confusion is that will application of oil actually increase dandruff? But the solution for dandruff is also application of oil. Judiciously applying oil, and not leaving for a long time, doing a gentle massage and leaving that oil for about 40-45 minutes, it will actually manage or even remove large amounts of dandruff from your hair. Okay, and milk. Now, if milk can cause all these digestive issues, then it might. Otherwise, milk as such, it will not cause dandruff issues. Okay. So I think we have come to the end of the questions here. Okay. So any other questions? Probably we can handle that in the next week. Okay. How to treat fungal infection? Okay. So one second. Yeah. So fungal infections, fungal infection. The thing is that sometimes you apply things on top. Okay. topical application is actually good for fungal infections when that fungal infection is extremely superficial. As I said in the beginning, this is a 7-layer thing, and fungal infections, if they have been there for a long period of time, that means the fungal infection has become slightly chronic and it's got into the deeper tissues. So you just keep on applying something on top, it will go from the top, but it gets in deeper and deeper. So you have to handle it by taking internal medicines. That is the only way you can handle it. Okay? Nikita, I hope that's clear for you. You have to undergo treatment. And okay, one thing, as I said, the major reason for most of the skin issues is wrong food, wrong combinations of food. So in skin diseases, not small fungal infections, but when the disease is slightly chronic, importance of food restriction is very, very, very important, because it's caused because of improper food. So proper food is very, very important. Okay. If one consumes wrong food combination, then what negative changes can be seen on the skin? The shloka goes, Mithyahara viharena. Mithya ahara, and mithya means wrong. Okay. Ahara and vihara, that means wrong kind of food and wrong kind of activities. Mithyahara viharena. Visheshena virodhina. Especially incompatible. So incompatible food and incompatible activities. That means you actually take a shower immediately after food. Okay, your digestion is directly impacted, and there's always a chance, if you keep on doing that for a longer period of time, there's always a chance that you might develop skin issues. And if you have got skin issues, if you keep on doing that, the treatment is affected. You cannot cure a person of skin disease if he keeps on taking shower immediately after food. Okay, so wrong food combinations actually create that kind of food which does not digest properly, and the body wants to throw it out. Okay, so doshas start coming out through the skin, and that is where you start getting skin issues. So eating the right kind of food, right timing, and not just mixing everything. Nowadays you see people mixing everything and eating fruit and milk, lot of things, and people also eat, fish and milk. Wow. So all wrong companies, if you start eating, it's not good for your health. It will definitely cause skin issues. After cutting fruit or vegetable, we should consume it within half an hour. But what if? No, see, it is not necessary that you have to consume it within half an hour. Okay. Jackfruit and all, you cannot consume. As you said, big fruit, you cannot consume within half an hour. But I would say, don't carry forward things as much as possible. Days have changed. So if you open up a fruit, say for example, if it's an apple, okay, you cut an apple, finish it off, done. Don't leave it. Mostly, if you, as you say, half an hour. Yeah, but big fruits, it's impossible. You should have so many people to eat it. But vegetable, by and large, we don't consume vegetable raw. Okay, Ayurveda does not recommend too much of raw eating. We say cook. And once you cook it, it's always it doesn't get spoiled that pretty fast. But I would still say don't leave it overnight and consume it the next day. Okay, watermelon or jackfruit. Watermelon, you can see if you cut it within 1 hour, it starts becoming. So it's always good to finish it off. Jackfruit, yeah, I don't say half an hour. We actually cut it in the evening at about 3 o'clock, and then we eat it up to 5, 6, 7. It doesn't have a problem. Okay, be strict that see that it doesn't go stale. Watermelon, definitely you can see. Apple, you cut and keep it, it starts becoming brown. You'll see that. I don't think jackfruit has got that much of a problem. Mangoes, yes, if it is too ripe, you cut it after about half an hour. You can't. It becomes very soggy and pulpy. You can't eat it. It depends from fruit to fruit. Okay, you don't have a general rule, but vegetable, you cook. Don't leave it. Don't have it the next day. Finish it as much as possible the same day. Okay. Can we consume triphala either as powder or fruit or rasayana churna to keep the doshas in balance? Triphala, actually, yes, it has got a very balancing effect on the body, and unnecessarily, I said, okay, now let me come to this. Triphala, by and large, is also a medicine. Okay, unnecessarily, you don't have to consume it as medicine. Okay, when in the combination of triple, it's a medicine. But amla, as I just came out of the real light. Amla is something which you can eat on a daily basis. One amla per day, not at all a problem. But that is consumed as food. So when you have got a decent lifestyle, don't be too bothered about your doshas getting imbalanced. Your body's natural the body is the body is from nature, and its natural tendency is to keep it in balance, Anirudh. So don't try to do things, other things, to keep it in balance. You basically give it time and space so that the body naturally brings it to balance. If it has gone off balance, yes, we can take triple R or something else to maintain the balance. But otherwise, don't you think it makes sense that give it time and space? It knows how to manage itself. Okay. Um, Mango is the only fruit that can be consumed with milk. I am not very sure about it, whether mango also can be consumed with milk or not. Okay, I'm not very sure. Even though people do that, mango lassi, people mix it with. They see now all crazy things have started coming up. I would say, why do you want to mix it with milk? Is my question. Okay, eat it as such. And then a lot of people who ask me, can I have amla juice, can I have orange juice? I would say eat the fruit. What the pulp, you squeeze and you throw the pulp out. The pulp is something which actually contains all the micronutrients. What you have squeezed and taken out is the flavor. You might have a little bit of I don't say you don't have a little bit of minutes, but it's more about the sugary part and the flavor part of the juice which you're taking. And if you have to have one glass of orange juice, you have to have at least 2 or 3 oranges. You can't eat 2 or 3 oranges like that. But if you eat half an orange or one orange, that gives more nutrients and more result than drinking a glass of orange juice. So I don't want you to do all those things. Eat it as such. Oh, Nikita, you live in Bangalore. You can consult me online, or I come to Bangalore the first Saturday of every month. You can actually go to my Instagram and you can send me a personal message. Can we consume millets for dinner? First thing is that, why do you want to consume millet? Let us stay there. Okay, millet. See, South Indian, a person like me, I am used to rice. And why am I used to rice? Because rice grows here. Why does rice grow here? Because there's plenty of water. Okay. And if you ask me to shift to millet is something which does not grow here. Millet grows in places where it's extremely dry. Okay. Millet, for me, for a change, I can have millet, but I don't think if I make that as consciously make that my only part of my food, then I might go wrong somewhere. And for treatment part, yes, if for certain times when your kapha is a little bit too much, we say, okay, go on a millet diet for maybe a month or so, and then again switch back to whatever food you are used to. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you. Can we consume buffalo milk and milk curd every day? Curd is not supposed to be consumed on a daily basis. Okay, curd is too heavy to digest. Okay, even if you're consuming, never at night. Certain seasons, yes, but don't take it consistently. I would say churn the curd, take the butter out, melt it and make ghee, and you can have that buttermilk. In what in Hindi you call that chas, in Telugu and Kannada you call that majjiga, in Tamil more. Have that rather than having the thick curd. Okay. Hyderabad for consultations. It's all in his hands. Let's see. But as of now, not in my immediate plans. Okay, first Saturday I'm in Bangalore, and see, lot of people in Hyderabad are actually consulting me online. Okay, I think probably as of now, let's continue that. It might be a year or down, it might be 6 months down the line, God willing, I might be there in Bangalore, in Hyderabad also. Okay. So let's wind this thing up, and I'll see you next week, Tuesday, with another topic. Okay, you can send your recommendations, what topic you want me. It need not be a disease also, I'm telling you. It can be on some other topic also, which we can discuss, and then you can come up with a lot of questions. No problem. And questions can be any questions. Today we had questions, not from skin, from other things also. It's nice. Okay. So good night. See you. Is any vegetable that should not be consumed along with curd rice. Curd rice itself is not something, in my opinion, that you should have on a daily basis. You are used to it, so you're having it. Agreed. Okay. There's something called okasatna that you're used to it. Okay. I would say have buttermilk rice more than having curd rice. Why do you want to mix vegetable in curd rice? If you want to eat curd rice separately. Okay. Okay, that was a question he asked. Okay, is there any vegetable that? And the last question, okay, is can a kapha or heavy set person consume buffalo milk on a daily basis? Milk, even though milk scientifically or chemically, milk is protein and calcium and all those things, the quality of milk changes from what you call animal to animal. We consider cow's milk, even though cow's milk is also not very light, it is lighter than buffalo milk. Cow's milk is considered to be sattvic, while buffalo's milk is considered to be tamasic, and it increases a lot of kapha. And the medical, if you look at the application of that, anidrascha, okay, mahisham anidrascha, that is one place. If a person, see, it might help you if a person has got sleeplessness or not sleeping really well. We ask people to consume milk at night, right? That's so consuming cow's milk will not help you improve your sleep. Or the thing with cow's milk is that if you are somebody who sleeps decently well, if you consume cow's milk at night, your sleep goes undisturbed. It does not interfere, and you feel really peaceful when you sleep because it is sattvic. But a person has got this difficulty in sleeping, sleeplessness, we recommend him to take buffalo's milk, because buffalo's milk is heavy, too much of tamas, and he sleeps better. So for a kapha and a heavy person, not too much of buffalo milk, especially on a daily basis. Let him take. If you ask me, you might not get it here. What do you call? Camel milk is really good. Goat's milk is also good. Cow milk also to a certain extent is good. Let him consume diluted milk for a kapha person. Okay. So thank you. See you next week, same time, 9 p.m. on Tuesday. Till then, stay healthy. Okay. See you soon.